2026 Cadillac CT5-V Blackwing arrives at an interesting moment in Cadillac's performance sedan history, shaped as much by market pressure as by engineering intent. While the broader automotive industry continues its steady shift toward electrification, the Blackwing program has moved forward deliberately, almost cautiously, as one of the final expressions of a traditional high-performance internal combustion sedan. Development of the 2026 model year has not been about reinvention but about preservation and refinement, responding to tightening emissions rules, supply chain realities, and Cadillac's long-term transition strategy. Rather than facing major delays, the CT5-V Blackwing's timeline reflects Cadillac's decision to extend the life cycle of a platform that still meets regulatory requirements, while demand for enthusiast-focused sedans remains surprisingly resilient. In terms of pricing expectations, the 2026 CT5-V Blackwing is anticipated to remain positioned at the upper end of the mid-size luxury performance sedan segment. In the United States, pricing is expected to sit comfortably above the standard CT5 range, reflecting its specialized powertrain, chassis tuning, and low-volume production status. Compared to European competitors, the Blackwing continues to offer a relatively strong value proposition when judged on performance per dollar, even if absolute affordability is not its goal. In markets outside North America, where availability is more limited and import costs are higher, the car is likely to remain a niche offering, appealing primarily to brand loyalists and collectors rather than mainstream buyers. Cadillac's brand legacy plays an important role in understanding where the CT5-V Blackwing fits today. For much of its history, Cadillac was associated with comfort, durability, and understated luxury rather than outright performance. Over the past 2 decades, the brand has worked to redefine itself, using the V-Series models to establish credibility among driving enthusiasts. The Blackwing name, originally associated with a now discontinued twin-turbo V8 program, has evolved into a symbol of Cadillac's most uncompromised performance efforts. In that sense, the CT5-V Blackwing represents both a culmination of that strategy and a reminder of what Cadillac can achieve when performance is prioritized without dilution. The vehicle continues to ride on General Motors' Alpha platform, a rear-wheel drive architecture that has proven itself across multiple performance-oriented applications. This platform is significant because it emphasizes balanced weight distribution, structural rigidity, and precise suspension geometry, all of which translate directly into real-world driving confidence. For daily use, the Alpha platform allows the CT5-V Blackwing to maintain reasonable ride quality, while still supporting aggressive handling characteristics when pushed. Its aluminum-intensive construction also helps control weight, which remains a critical factor in both performance and efficiency. From an exterior design standpoint, the 2026 CT5-V Blackwing does not attempt to dramatically alter its visual identity. The proportions remain traditional for a mid-size sports sedan, with a long hood, relatively short overhangs, and a wide stance that communicates performance without excessive ornamentation. Design updates, if any, are expected to be subtle, focusing on aerodynamic efficiency rather than visual drama. Functional elements such as large air intakes, a pronounced front splitter, and a rear spoiler serve clear mechanical purposes, reinforcing the car's engineering-driven approach rather than relying on decorative styling cues. In terms of size and dimensions, the CT5-V Blackwing sits squarely within the mid-size performance sedan segment. Its footprint is comparable to rivals from Germany, offering a similar balance between interior space and exterior maneuverability. The wheelbase supports stable high-speed behavior, while still allowing the car to feel manageable in urban environments. Compared to larger luxury sedans, it remains more focused and driver-oriented, while still offering usable rear seat space and a practical trunk for everyday needs. The centerpiece of the CT5-V Blackwing remains its supercharged 6.2-liter V8 engine, a power plant that has become increasingly rare in this segment. For 2026, output figures are expected to remain consistent with previous iterations, delivering power levels that place the car firmly among the most capable sedans still in production. This engine is notable not just for its performance but for its character, offering linear power delivery and a mechanical feel that contrasts sharply with smaller turbocharged alternatives. Buyers are expected to continue having the choice between a 6-speed manual transmission and a 10-speed automatic, a decision that underscores Cadillac's commitment to enthusiast preferences. Market-specific differences are likely to be minimal, as the Blackwing's appeal is closely tied to its core mechanical configuration. However, availability of the manual transmission may remain limited to certain regions due to regulatory and demand considerations. Fuel efficiency is not a primary focus for this model, but incremental improvements through software calibration and drivetrain optimization help it meet emissions standards without compromising performance. There are no indications of a hybrid or electrified variant for the Blackwing, reinforcing its role as a traditional performance flagship rather than a transitional technology showcase. Within Cadillac's global lineup, the 2026 CT5-V Blackwing occupies a very specific position. It serves as a halo sedan, demonstrating the brand's engineering capabilities while coexisting alongside an expanding range of electric vehicles. Rather than competing on volume, it exists to maintain brand credibility among driving enthusiasts during a period of significant transformation. The car is clearly designed for buyers who value mechanical engagement, long-distance performance, and a sense of continuity with past performance icons. Ultimately, the 2026 Cadillac CT5-V Blackwing is less about future trends and more about present realities. It acknowledges the direction the industry is moving, while making a strong case for the relevance of a well-engineered, internal combustion performance sedan. For a specific audience that values precision, durability, and authenticity over novelty, it remains a compelling and increasingly rare option.